Hello, everybody. It's Fiona Hooper, and I'm back yet again with another edition of The Poetry of Painting. This week, hopefully, with complete sound all the way through. Had a little bit of a technical glitch last week, which was a real pain, but now got that all sorted out, so that shouldn't ever happen again. Fingers crossed. So this week, and live, not recorded, is Aliberry SP, all the way from across the pond in the States, in Georgia. And it's a great pleasure to welcome Ali back. She's a very talented poet and artist. So bear with me. I will just add her in. Hi, Ali. How are you?
Hi, Fiona. I am doing great. How are you doing?
I'm very good, thank you. Now that I've calmed down slightly, having had a slightly stressful journey back from London today, but we're here, we're
Yes, you
calm,
are here. You made it
we're
home, and
yeah,
we are ready to
yeah,
do this show.
and we're going to have fun and enjoy
Definitely.
ourselves.
Definitely.
So anybody that's watching, a big welcome to you. If you're watching on replay, big welcome to you as well. And if you're watching or afterwards, please feel free to make comments and ask us questions and just join in with the show. So that'd be great. So the painting that um, we've written poetry about this
Mhm.
week is called Resting in the Shade, and it's the one at the top, just here behind me. And it's only 13 by 18 centimeters, which is, I think, something like 5.5 by 7 in
That's what it
American,
looks like to
so
me in the
inches, yeah.
back.
And it's in oils, painted with a knife. And it's another one that was inspired by my travels. So it was a really hot, sultry sort of day, and a couple of cattle there resting in the shade, hence the title. So, Ali, would you like to read your poem for us first and let us know what the painting meant to you, what inspiration it gave you?
When I looked at the painting, I kind of focused just on the tree and just the shade. And to me, when I looked at the area that is shaded, I kind of felt like it was not really just animals, but I thought of it as being just the man and his dog just going out to
Yeah,
play and getting some rest in the shade. So you will hear that when I read my poem.
excellent. Oh, Chris is saying hello, both. Good to be with you again.
Hi,
So,
Chris.
hi, thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
Okay, so whenever you're ready, that would be brilliant. Lovely. Can't
Okay.
wait.
So my poem is called Resting in the Shade. The blazing sun was relentless. Stretches of its molten beams spread across the land. The green in its path was tinted with fiery glow just shy of the space beneath the tree. A few plants wilt in search of shade. The scorching sun mocks us all standing in its path. Once playing peekaboo in the early morn, no longer hiding behind clouds. The dog and I, after running in the field, finally seek shelter under the sole tree. We lay upon a small bed of grass, creating a spring like effect against my back. We are canopied by the magnificent broad leaves while the sunlight arrows try to find a space to come through. Each leaf marked with a network of prominent veins, similar to blood vessels which transport the vital nutrients we need. In the shade, I can hear the wind rustling the overhead leaves. Even the birds sing along, creating their own tunes in the breeze. A strong but old tree with deep roots, home for the animals, a place of protection from unknown enemies, and for us, a place to rest briefly. I take a moment and look at the distant trees and the horizon studded with mountain peaks, the sky filled with clouds lazily moving by to accept that Mother Nature left this tree here alone and knows why. In a few minutes, the dog and I will go home, an end to another day spent outdoors. We are thankful for the shade the tree provides. It stands as a pillar, a place of safety, and a reminder of its resiliency.
That's beautiful. Lovely. It
Thank you.
really sets the scene, doesn't it? You've got some of the same sort of words in there that I've got, which is maybe not surprising given the title of it, but
I know,
that's
right?
interesting. Yeah, that is lovely. Really lovely. Thank you so much, Ali.
Thank you,
And
Fiona.
I hope you'll let me publish that in due course on
Yes,
Facebook and also, of course, in the book later on
I know. I'm
when it's
excited about the
ready. So,
book too. So definitely you'll be
yeah,
able to publish it. But I'm
thank you so
excited to
much.
hear your poem as well.
Thank you. Well, Rosie's watching us as well now. Welcome, Rosie. Thanks
Hi,
for joining
Rose.
us. And Chris says lovely poem. So got
Thank you,
thumbs
Chris.
up there from Chris, Ali. So that's lovely. So, okay. So we've got a lot to get through tonight. You've got some exciting news for us. So
I do.
I shall read my poem next, which again is called Resting in the Shade. Surprise,
Okay.
surprise. So here we go. The afternoon heat, molten gold streaming down, trapped in the valley, remorseless, inescapable. As the mercury climbs, even insects fall quiet, their lazy drone ceases, too tiring in the stifling heat. Relentless rays beat down, the air burning and dry. The world is at a lull, waiting, hoping for relief. It's siesta time, too hot for working. Heat haze shimmers, creating a watery mirage. The zephyr on the hills doesn't penetrate down here. Its cooling caress reserved for those higher levels. Colors rich and vivid, heightened by the sun. Deep, dark, inky shade crouches under dense foliage. Lethargic cattle, motionless, their grazing interrupted, silhouetted in the shadows, thankful for small respite. Drowsily they chew the cud, a tail swishes gently. Patiently they wait for evening while resting in the shade.
That was
So
beautiful
that's my
too. And I
work.
do see the similarities between both of our poems, talking
Yeah.
about how the relentless heat.
And the molten rays from the
Yes,
sun.
and
Yeah,
yes, definitely. I guess we do think alike, Fiona.
we do, obviously. So thank you so much for writing about another of my paintings, Ali. That is
Oh, you're
just
welcome. It was a
lovely.
beautiful
Thank you.
painting, so you're more than
Thank you.
welcome.
So I believe that you are going to read us another poem. Would you like to do that next, or do you want to tell us some of your news first? I don't mind either way.
We can do the poem first, and then we can talk
Okay,
afterwards.
right. I'm going to take that painting off the screen and I'm going to share a painting that I just, come on, share screen. There we go. I'm nearly there. A painting that I just happen to have on my computer here, which is by Ali. So do
Yes.
you want to tell us a little bit about the painting itself first, Ali?
Yeah, so this is an acrylic painting. It's about 16 by 20 inches, and it's mainly a bouquet of flowers. And when I painted it, I was reminded of because I'm from the Caribbean, so and while living in the Caribbean, my grandmother, she always had roses growing in
Yeah.
the around the house. So
Mm-hmm.
that I did kind of in memory of her and of my home. So
Oh,
I really enjoyed doing this painting, and I have it right here, so you guys can kind of take a look at it.
excellent. Oh, yes. Yeah, it gives a good feel of scale then when you're holding it as well. So
Yes. So
it
that's
is
about like
beautiful.
16, thank you, like 16 by 20 inches. So I wrote a poem about it, and the poem is called Life as a Flower. So I'm going to go ahead and read that to you
Mm,
guys.
please.
I search for features that are aesthetically pleasing. Thoughts and feelings influence what we perceive. Searching for something that's right in our faces. But have we managed to switch our algorithm, inhibiting certain imaging processing within our brains? Look at this bouquet of flowers filled with roses. See the fallen petals and dead leaves. Do you focus on the loss that is present or on the petals and bold, rich pigment and viridescent leaves? Picture life as a beautiful flower that has bloomed, whose fragrance mixed with summer rain refreshes the air. It creates a rainbow of pink made from delicate petals that feel like silk between your fingertips. A flower blooms when it is ready, a reminder to cherish life. Do not rush through it so hastily. In time, you too will bloom and flourish. No one will be able to fulfill your destiny. Flowers bring us happiness. They are like medicine to the soul. We give them to loved ones and those who are sick. We even take them to the gravesites of the ones that we miss. They can be very captivating, at times compelling us to stop. We display them in our homes, even though we know their beauty is a transitory work of art. When any plant dies, its nutrients are locked up in its cell, eventually being recycled back into the environment. When we die, our goals and dreams dies with us too, are reminded to do the things we've always wanted to do. Focus on the positives, be fearless and live, be a flower and bloom. Allow your beauty to attract some wonderful souls around you.
That is so lovely and just absolutely brilliant advice as well. Just to allow yourself to bloom and fulfill your
Yes,
your purpose and your destiny and your dreams, not
definitely.
oh, do it next year, do it later, do it now, do it now.
Yes,
Yeah.
just go ahead and just live your life, be like a flower.
Yeah. And Rosie says lovely composition, and
Thank you,
Chris said another
Rosie.
lovely poem, and Chris said a beautiful painting as well.
Thank you, Chris.
Oh, and Rosie loves the analogy. So well done. Excellent, Ali.
Thank
Thank you
you
so
so
much.
much.
So,
Thank you, Fiona.
so some of your news, tell us some of your news because it's very exciting.
Yes, I do have some exciting news. I've been writing a lot of poetry on a platform called Medium. And recently I got a top writer tag. So you become
Yay.
a top writer in the topic of poetry when they feel like readers kind of appreciate your work and they're constantly reading your work and commenting and stuff like that. And I haven't been on Medium for a long period of time. So being, given the top writer tag in poetry was shocking for me. But at the same time, I was extremely excited and happy about receiving that email and knowing that my work was being read and appreciated by the readers and other writers on the platform. So I was really excited about that.
Yeah, that is absolutely brilliant. Well done. Very well
Thank you
done
so
indeed.
much.
And if poetry isn't read by people or read out loud for people to hear, then it seems such a waste. I mean, it's written
It
to share,
is.
isn't it? Like a painting, if
Definitely.
you do a painting, or Rosie with her songs, they're there for people to listen to and look
Hmm.
at and enjoy. Otherwise, it seems such a shame if they never
Exactly.
blossom like the flowers. And you know,
Definitely. Yes, I
yeah.
do agree with you that art is there to be shared.
Mm,
There's so many meanings that each person can get from a piece of, whether it's a painting, whether it's a poem, whether it's a story, and just as you mentioned with Rosie, whether it's one of her songs. There are different things that people appreciate, and you just never know. Someone might be just looking forward to seeing your painting or listening to your song or hearing your poem to uplift them and give them some advice that is much needed in their lives. So art should
yeah.
definitely be shared with others.
Yeah. and enriching people's lives, hopefully. I mean,
Yes.
I think that's what just about every artist and writer that I know, they want to enrich other people's lives,
Yes.
not just produce something for the sake of it, but just to share and to enjoy with people. So
Yes, and even
yeah.
us, while creating art, I feel like it is, soothing. It's something
Mm.
that you enjoy. So you want others to, enjoy that as well. So that's another reason why we should share it.
Yes, yeah. Well, I was totally honored and very stunned recently. Rosie will vouch for that, but Rosie actually bought one of my paintings. Now, Rosie's an artist as well and does amazing house portraits and paintings of buildings that
Yes,
she's
I have seen
out
it.
of. Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, they're lovely. They're absolutely
I've seen it
gorgeous.
on
And
Instagram. They're definitely
yeah,
gorgeous.
yeah.
Very
And she bought one of
detailed.
mine.
Very, very, very. I know you must have felt
Yeah.
like, okay, you're pretty good and you're buying one of my paintings.
I know, I know. I was so pleased. It was totally unexpected. I know people at award ceremonies may say that, but for me, that was totally unexpected. It was lovely to meet Rosie and her husband Ken in person,
Hmm.
and that was just amazing. But I say I just wasn't expecting that. But thank you so much, Rosie and Ken. I really appreciate it. And I've seen it on Rosie's wall and when she
Aw.
did a live last week as well. So that's
I
rather
know it makes you
lovely.
feel good inside. Definitely just
Yeah.
seeing your work being placed on a wall and stuff like that.
Mm. It's out there doing what it's supposed to, bringing pleasure to people, and
Yes.
so. But I think you might have some other news soon to share with us, but
Yes,
you can't.
definitely.
Not quite yet, but yeah.
Well, then hopefully by Monday, November the 8th, I will get some more news. I am in a art competition for rare artists, and everybody has been voting throughout the month of October. So now voting ended October 31st. So on November the 8th, I will find out if I won or not. And I'm very, very excited about it.
Excellent. So now this was for a painting of yours, wasn't it?
Yes,
That
this
is
was
very, very
definitely
powerful.
for another painting of mine. Just talking about, different rare diseases that are out there that people suffer from. And I felt honored to actually paint something about that. So, just meeting other people too, and even learning about diseases that I've never heard of. So it
Mm,
would be nice if, if I do post a link, if people can kind of just check it out and check out maybe other artists and see their
yeah.
work and see what rare diseases that they suffer from, to
Mm,
be educated about it as well. But it
mm.
has definitely been a great journey throughout the month of, getting people to vote and putting yourself out there and putting your artwork out there as well.
Yeah. Well, wishing you all the very best for Monday. Can't wait to
Thank
hear. But
you. I
so
know.
put your link in so that people can, catch up with it and make sure they know what goes on. Chris says good luck.
Thank you,
And
Chris.
it was the last show, I think, that you actually showed us the painting as well,
Yes,
wasn't
the
it?
last show,
So
I did show the painting.
yeah, yeah.
And the good thing is, if I do win, my painting will be showed at some of the rare artists their medical conventions.
Oh wow.
So yeah, so people will get to see it and get to read my story about it and everything. So crossing my
Brilliant.
fingers
Yes,
that I
absolutely.
will win, so I
Yeah.
can get to do that.
Well, if anybody missed that show, it is on my Facebook page, so you can scroll back, or if you just look at my YouTube channel, you'll find it on there as well, and you can watch the show and see Ali's amazing painting on that show, and hear more of her poetry on the show as well. So
Yes.
yeah, they're all there on Fiona Hooper Art on YouTube as well. So do check them out if you missed it. So yeah, so have you? I think you've been doing well, you were doing a challenge as well, a poetry challenge, I think,
Yes,
Ali, weren't you?
I was doing a poetry challenge on Medium. It lasted 15 days, where every single day they sent you a prompt and you had to write a poem about it. At the beginning, I felt like maybe I wouldn't be able to make it through the 15 days. Kind of felt like you were getting burnt out halfway through the process, but I kept going at it. And it was interesting because, writing poetry, you kind of just write what you want to write about. It's like how you feel or what's in your environment or what inspires you. But when you're
Mm.
given a prompt, then you have to think outside of the box in terms of, like this isn't something I'll typically write about. So maybe do some research about it. And then, you can write a poem about it. So I learned a lot throughout the process. And I'm
Yeah.
actually really, really happy that I did it because I got to meet other writers on Medium as well.
Excellent. Yes. So networking as well, which what that might lead to as well, of course.
Oh yeah, networking
Yeah.
definitely. And that's why I kind of like the Medium platform because you can interact with other writers. So if they read something on your page that they like, they can actually highlight it. So you'll be like,
Hmm.
okay, well, this resonated with me. They can leave you comments. So you can go back and you can kind of chat with them within the comment section. And then you get the opportunity to actually go to their page too and kind of read some of their work. So
Mm.
I really enjoy meeting other people and reading their work, and I think it's a great platform to share your writing on.
Oh, good. Excellent. And is it just a free platform? If anyone wants to go and have a look on there, can they
Yeah,
see
like if
see your
anybody
work?
wants to go and have a look, I have my Medium profile. They can go in and they can read. You don't have to pay unless you want to become a member. I know they're
Mhm.
kind of they might be a little bit tricky in terms of limiting how many poems or how many stories you can read. But
Right.
initially, yes, once you go to my Medium page, you can go ahead and you can read the poems. You don't have to pay to do so.
Well, do put a link after, the show's
Yes,
finished in the comments to that as
yes,
well, so that people can go and check out some more of your poetry as well. That'd be
definitely. And see
brilliant.
all of those that
Yeah.
I've written with the prompts that have been provided, especially like the Halloween ones too, during the
Ah,
month of October.
yes. Yeah. Oh, that sounds like fun. Mm.
Yes, it was fun.
So have you got any other plans at the moment for any more events or competitions or anything like that?
No, I don't have any more competitions or anything coming up, well, that I know of. But in the meantime,
Mm.
I would like to continue writing. I also write fiction, but I feel like I've been more focused on poetry for the past month. So I
Mhm.
do want to go back and write a little bit more fiction as well, together with poetry to put on my Medium page. So that's what I will be concentrating on. And I also started watercolor painting. So,
Oh, right.
yes. So I'm working
Ah,
on, just learning how to use watercolor and painting some
yeah.
small pieces as well. So I'll be concentrating on those things. So what about you, Fiona?
Excellent.
I know you
Um,
talked about some events coming up for you, right?
yeah, well, I've got as one of the art groups that I belong to,
Mm-hmm.
North Weald Art Group. We've got an exhibition coming up. We didn't have one last year for obvious reasons, so we've actually got a physical. Had an online one, but the first physical one
Okay.
this year since 2019, and that's being held at Denby's Vineyard, which is at Dorking in Surrey in the UK. So that starts, well, we receive the paintings and hang them on the 15th. So probably by the afternoon, there'll be an exhibition to see on Monday, the 15th of November, and it runs through until Sunday, the 28th.
Nice.
So probably about mid-afternoon, we'll start to finish off the exhibition at that point. So looking forward to that. It's normally a really good exhibition with lots of different styles, lots of different mediums. So there's sort of something for everybody really, and greetings cards as well on sale from the artists. So that should be good
How
fun.
many artists usually take part in the exhibition?
I think we normally have probably between 30 and 40,
Oh, it's pretty
maybe
big.
50. So yes, quite big. I don't know if everybody's going to be exhibiting this year. There are still some people, or maybe some people have, moved away or whatever. moved away from art, during lockdown and things. Some people got really immersed in their art, like I did, and some people just felt they couldn't paint during lockdown. So, I don't know if we'll have all of the normal people exhibiting. Hopefully we will, but I'm sure it'll be a really good exhibition anyway. And apart from that, we're still doing Kingston every other week, every other Saturday, which is this coming Saturday, which is where I met Rosie, who by the way is another watercolor painter, Ali. So you've got something in common there with Rosie. So that hopefully the weather will be good for us this weekend.
I hope so too.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I'm just finishing off 2 portrait commissions at the moment as well. So they're going pretty well. One's just about finished and the other's coming along quite well. So pleased with that. And I want to get back to my painting on gold leaf sometime pretty soon
I
as
know
well.
that you love using gold leaf.
Yeah, it's just really good fun. So, Rosie says though she's not a traditional watercolor user. Well,
it's okay, Rosie. I'm not either. I'm just learning.
But I love the way that, Rosie, that you use it and you get more vibrancy into it than some people. I think watercolor, a lot of people maybe need to use it a little bit stronger to give it a bit more depth of color. But
that's the thing I'm learning about it, sometimes because I like how vibrant the colors are when I'm painting with acrylic. And then when I'm using watercolor, sometimes I'm like, why does it look so pale? I want it to look vibrant.
And of course, it dries paler as well, watercolor. So you've got to put it on even richer than you think to get it.
Exactly. So I'm learning how to do that so I could get, I want it to be as bold, and, that's what I'm working on right now.
Yeah. Well, Rosie might be able to give you some tips on that. And at the moment, she's halfway through a painting of St. Paul's Cathedral in London. So very famous. And I've seen some of the progress on it. So I'm just waiting to see the finished painting. Really
that sounds really exciting.
And Rosie says to make your paint creamy. So instead of it being watery, make it quite creamy and thick, so it'll have more depth.
Rosie, thank you so much. I'm going to try that method.
So that's all good fun. And again, as I say, it's not a competition. We share ideas and hints and tips, and it's brilliant. Love it. So but Rosie, don't forget to post that when you finished it, because I'm waiting.
I know. I would love to see it as well. But I do believe I follow her on Instagram. I need to check again. She can post her Instagram page so I can make sure that I am following her.
Excellent. Yeah. And make sure that you post all of your links after the show, Ali, so everyone can find out, see what you're doing, read your poetry and everything else. That would be brilliant. And your Instagram link as well, everything that you've got there.
Thank you. I will.
Great. So I think we're getting to about the end of our time now. So I can't believe it. It's just gone really quickly
I know.
again. These shows just do. They just go by in a flash. So time flies when you're enjoying yourself. So
definitely.
There we go. But thank you so much coming back on the show, Ali. I really appreciate it, taking the time out not only to be on the show, but to write the poem as well, which was absolutely gorgeous. Really do appreciate that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Fiona. Thank you so much for inviting me to the show.
You're welcome.
It was a pleasure writing a poem about your beautiful paintings. So I always have fun when I come on here. So thank you again.
Thank you. And thank you for sharing your beautiful flowers painting with the roses with us as well, and that poem as well. And I hope that you will come back and join me for another show sometime quite soon. So fingers crossed. And I hope that everybody else in the meantime will be back next week to join me with another talented poet for the show next Wednesday, 7 o'clock UK time, here live on Facebook. So in the meantime, thank you so much, Ali, and to everyone else, thank you for watching, making comments, and everybody stay safe and have a good week. And so it's bye for now from myself and from Ali. Thank you
Bye,
so much,
everybody.
everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks. Take care. Bye.